Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing really well. What day is it even? Like, I'm completely lost track of what day it is. It is Thursday, the 28th of January. And we are doing a laser focus session with Holly just for Inner Circle members. It's just us kind of tackling our own challenges and helping each other through our individual sort of hurdles that we're facing right now. And Holly just joined the group and she's booked a laser focus session today. So these are 15-minute sessions, and we tackle one very specific challenge, which Holly came to us with the challenge of the struggle to find clients, which I think is a struggle that a lot of us can relate with. And you said, Holly, that searching for clients is your least favorite thing about being a virtual assistant. And you struggle with social media and outreach, so it's difficult for you to feel like getting clients is easy. Do you want to just talk a little bit about that and what your experience has been getting clients?
Yeah, sure. So, to be honest, I haven't really been a VA for very long. I sort of launched my website and everything in December, I think. I think it was November.
December
And
as in this
then
year?
I was sort of looking,
As in last year.
as in just gone, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so very, very recently. And then, yeah, I think I looked for clients. I joined loads of Facebook groups and every day went in and looked, checked and saw. And I'm based in the UK, so a lot of the postings I was seeing were US only or needs to be in US time zones. So I'd go through applications, get right to the end, and it would tell me the US time zone.
Oh, God.
And then I was using sites like Upwork, which have a bit of a reputation for being a bit scammy.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the postings are really poor. Like, you read the description and you think, God, they don't even care about who they're hiring.
Yeah.
I know we're not employees, but as in they just don't even seem interested in who they're. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just really hard to find like actual quality postings and reading something and thinking, oh yeah, I want to go for that. And then on the rare occasion I did find that, I'd either not get responded to, or they'd want someone in the US, or it's, one application said I needed a Mac. And I was like, I don't have a Mac. So it's just random stuff that I just
Yeah.
felt like there was a spanner in the works every time I went to try and find a client.
Mm.
Now it's going better now that I'm in the inner circle, because I've got weekly people sort of landing in my inbox. I'm not even having to look for them.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone that I've spoken to since then, I've actually had lots of response from.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
And calls booked, which is great.
That's really good to hear. So it feels like things have kind of turned around a little bit. So when you were trying to find clients before, what would so you tried Upwork and lots of scammy jobs. There are lots of scammy jobs for sure on there, and they don't pay very well. Like, you need to do a lot of digging to find the good ones on Upwork, and it's like, who has the time for that? When you were looking for jobs, did you already have clients that you were working
To
with?
start with, no. So I didn't get my first client until the end of December, and then we started in the very start of January. So yeah, whole of December I didn't have any clients yet. But now this whole month I've had one client.
Right. Okay. And when you were looking for clients, what were you actually wanting? Were you wanting more clients, or were you wanting to reach a certain income goal?
I think at the minute it was That's a tricky question. I think probably both. Because eventually I do want to, leave my corporate job, as it's called. So I kind of wanted to be in a stable situation. So income goal wise, my one client met that, as in that would have replaced, because she was a big, she is a big retainer. So she would have replaced that income straight away, which is great. But, in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, but at any time she could just say, oh no, I don't want to do this anymore, which she hasn't. And, it's going great. But you don't have that kind of security that you would have with a traditional job. So I was very much in my mind like, okay, I want X amount of clients so that if one of them leaves, I've still got 4, or I've still got that backup. So I think actually to answer that question, it was a certain amount. I just wanted more clients for security purposes, I think, and also experience, because it's very easy to manage one person and one client. And I thought, it's easy to send one invoice a month and do my finances for one person a month, that I needed to expand for the sake of learning how to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes complete sense. And it makes complete sense to kind of hedge your bets and have those multiple clients. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. You have those other clients to fall back on in case anything happens with the one big one. So congratulations, but that's a huge achievement that I think a lot of people would kill for, to have the one client replace their corporate income. And you almost think, do you have time to kind of do you have the bandwidth to take on more clients? I mean, do you feel like you do have that bandwidth, or do you kind of foresee yourself kind of bringing on subcontractors to help with any additional work?
I think, just to say, my corporate income was very small. So some people come into this and to replace their corporate income, it's like a lot. But I know it's a bit personal share, but I didn't earn much anyway. So it's that. But I definitely have the bandwidth for it. But eventually I'd probably like to have associates, maybe. I think long term there's goals for that, but I definitely want to experience what it's like to be a VA, and have my own clients for a period of time, because I'm just starting. I'm brand new to this, and I'm just kind of still figuring everything out, I've still only officially got one client. So but this week is just an onboarding week of other people.
That's amazing. Yeah, you were saying that you've potentially got 3 clients that you're onboarding this week, but potentially nothing's signed on paper yet, but that's incredible.
Contracts and
So if all of these come off, will you continue to look for clients?
I think you're meant to, aren't you? You're meant to constantly be, outreach and still being there on social media, just in case, any of them did left you, to have warm leads that people were like, oh, maybe. But I wouldn't as actively be looking for them. No, I don't think so.
It's interesting that you feel like, oh, is that me? I feel like I hear my echo. It's interesting that you feel like you're meant to constantly be promoting and marketing yourself. I totally get that. It's weird because you wouldn't do that if you were in a stable job, would you? You wouldn't be constantly looking for other jobs in case something happens to this one.
No.
At what point would you feel like you wouldn't need to have to constantly market yourself? Like, I mean, I'm asking this because there's no right or wrong answer, but it's strange that you feel like you need to constantly be marketing yourself. It's not strange, but it feels like it's that added, that you feel like it's a added pressure that you need to do that. Do you feel that's accurate?
Yeah, 100%. That's something I realized this like last month. That's like a downside of being a PA. To me was, oh God, I'm always going to be having to be this person that's out there. And, you know, as much as I like talking to people, when you've got enough clients and you're doing enough work, you don't want to be always doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like I wish that you didn't have to do that, and I might not have to do that, but it feels like that's recommended to still keep connections there and keep showing up on social media and things. But I think in a position where I feel like I don't have to do that is if, I don't know, maybe I had like an agency or something in the future where I had plenty of clients and associates and everything was just kind of running. I don't know. I don't really know at what point you're meant to stop.
Do you don't enjoy that? You said you don't enjoy the outreach and putting yourself out there. So when I've spoken to VAs, whenever I ask them, how did you get your last client? Their number one response is referrals. Like their current clients refer them to them. So they've managed to build a business without marketing, without being on social media, purely from doing a fantastic job for their current clients so that they can refer them. And that's a possibility. That's a reality that happens.
Yeah,
So
I saw that so much when I was like, how do you find clients? Everyone was like, referrals. And I was like, yeah, but I don't have any clients yet. I would love to just be referred. I mean, my client at the minute has just offered, we're going into our second month, and she said, you know, if you're looking for any more clients, I'm in this network, you know. And I was like, yes, please.
Yes.
So yeah, I'd love it if it was just purely referrals. Yeah, I would love that.
I know. And you wouldn't have to spend your time on social media and pitching and marketing yourself. You can just focus on your clients. It's almost like it's almost better in a way because you can give yourself 100% to your clients, and then you're doing a fantastic job for them and fully focusing on them. And then they have no choice but to refer you because you're doing such a great job. The downside of that is they probably won't want to share you with anybody else.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And that's when you ask for more money. Yeah. So do you feel, so how are you going to move forward now? You found that finding clients was a struggle. How are you going to tackle that? Are you going to continue using the same methods that you found to be a struggle to find clients, or how are you shifting? How are you going to move forward, basically?
I think depending on this week's outcome, if everyone signs and pays like they're meant to this week, then I'll have 3 new clients to onboard. I think once I've figured that out, because that takes a time in itself, I'll obviously look at financial situation, how many clients I've got, and then kind of go from there, because my one client has said that she'll refer me, so I've already got that. And then if I work for a bit with my new clients, like for a month or so, and then I ask them to refer me, then who knows, it could then branch out to even more people. So hopefully in a dream world, that's what will happen. But I think I might with social media, I was actually looking at outsourcing my social media. I don't want to do that yet because I've just started, so I wouldn't want to part with the money yet. But it's something I hate. It's something I really struggle with, and actually I do want to just put all my hours into my clients.
Exactly.
And just do their work, like, because that is what they're paying me for, and that's why I'm doing this, to do their work for them. You know, so yeah, moving forward, I think I'm just going to see what happens at the minute. And then if I'm not even going to bother with Upwork, I don't think, because I just can't, I think I might even delete my profile and be like, no, I'm not doing Upwork.
I'm 100% with you. You delete it and then you're not tempted to go back. Like,
Exactly.
don't. It's fine
they
for...
take a chunk of it as well. They take a chunk of your payment.
They do, and it's so hard for you to stand out. It is such a meat market. Like, it's not. There's so many better ways to find good quality clients. Like, don't be tempted to go back, I would say.
Yeah, I think I've spread myself like too thin with that. So I think definitely getting rid of a few accounts, and just seeing where it goes really, and then long term we'll just see what happens.
Amazing. Well, it's incredible that you've only pretty much started in December and already you might potentially have 4 clients. So I'm so excited to see how it goes this week. So can you keep us posted? Like, I personally am very excited. Cool.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will see you in the Facebook group. We have a brainstorming session today, which will happen.
Yes.
It will happen. I won't have Zoom issues. We have one at 2, I think, today. So hopefully I will see you there and I'll see others there. And then we have a whole bunch of other stuff happening. So yeah, I will see you there as well. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Maria. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you.